Hey everyone, let's talk about the Gemara, a really important book of Jewish stories and discussions. It's like a giant collection of wise rabbis talking about everything from laws and history to big ideas, and even dreams. Now in the Gemara, dreams aren't just random thoughts while you're asleep. They're like messages, maybe from somewhere special, giving hints, warnings, or even peeks into the future. The rabbis thought figuring out these dreams could tell you a lot about yourself and what's going to happen. We're going to dive into these dream stories from the Gemara and see how they connect to how we think about dreams today. We'll hear stories about emperors, wise guys, and dream experts, and how dreams change their choices and their lives. Get ready, it's story time. So, there's this famous story about the Roman emperor, Caesar. He kept having this same bad dream and it really bothered him. He decided to go talk to Rabbi Joshua ben Hanania, a super smart rabbi who knew a lot about everything. In Caesar's dream, he was trying to take over the world, but something kept stopping him. Rabbi Joshua listened carefully and then told Caesar what he thought it meant. The dream was all about Rome wanting to be the biggest and strongest, but it just wasn't going to happen. Like in the dream, Rome would eventually fall apart. Caesar probably wasn't happy to hear that, but it shows how the Gemara saw dreams, like warnings, or maybe even glimpses of what's to come. Here's another good one. King Shapur of Persia had a scary dream where he lost a battle, and his crown landed in the dirt. He was freaked out, so he went to see Shmuel, another wise rabbi who was great at explaining dreams. Shmuel told the king that the dream wasn't about losing everything, but more about problems his kingdom. He said the king needed to keep everyone united. See? Dreams can be tricky. Now let's talk about Bar Hedya, the dream whisperer. People came from all over to hear him explain their dreams. He was super famous. But the Gemara also says, hey, don't just believe everything you hear. Some rabbis thought Bar Hedya had a special connection to the dream world, while others thought he was just making good guesses. The point is, think for yourself. Two smart rabbis, Rabbi and Rabba, both had similar dreams, but they explained them totally differently, and that changed how they reacted to the dreams. This shows how see things affects what you think your dream means. The Gemara says there's no one right answer, so keep an open mind. The Gemara's dream stories actually tell us a lot about how our minds work. Even though today we have different ideas about why we dream, the Gemara's idea that dreams show what we're thinking and worrying about still makes sense. And what your dream means can really change how you act when you're awake. So, these Gemara stories are super old, but they're still interesting today. They show how powerful dreams can be, how they can spark our imaginations, and show us what we're really thinking about. Whether you think dreams are messages, or just your brain doing its thing, the Gemara tells us to be curious about them. Try to figure out what they mean to. It's like having a chat with yourself and learning more about what makes you tick.